and today we are going to be taking a video of, we are going to be doing a film review, which is a movie review, or you guys can also say. So, this movie is called The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. So, this movie is all about a boy which is named William Kakumba. This is actually based on a true story of William Kakumba. I'll put his photo here. He is an American inventor now. He's 33 years old now. So, in the small village of Malawi in Africa, right? Yeah, Africa. There was the Kakumba family. William Kakumba, then Agnes Kakumba also. You can call it. His surname. Last name is Kakumba. William Kakumba, Agnes, his mother is Agnes. His sister is Annie. His father is Tribal. But is he called Tribal? I don't know. His father is Tribal. So then let's talk about the story. So this story is a true story. I already told it to you guys. It's a true story about a boy in the village of Malawi in Africa who built a windmill that can help to give water. They had no water. It was the dry season, drought. There came a drought. So in the starting of the story, Tribal's brother John died. I mean, he was working really hard. He had no water, he had no food. He was working really hard and then died in the cornfields. That's a sad starting, I know. Then they buried him or funeral. Then Tribal took in charge of the corn farm. He started padding every day. After his demise, Tribal's brother John's demise, Tribal took in charge of the land. But John didn't give it to him because Tribal believed in education, and John said, "No, I don't believe in education. Children should plow in the fields and become a farmer," like that. No. So they were against each other, kind of. Then William took in. It's not William's. Tribal took in charge of John's land, even though he did not own it. His John's son owned it. Actually, Tribal did not own. John's son owned it. So after they got a little bit of amount of money, Tribal took admission to the nearest school for William and brought him some school dress uniforms, which was a red pant and a blue suit and tie. That's so much detail. William went to school with his closest friend and Gilbert. Then his father was actually the village chief. He was actually kind of old. So then, school. So the headmaster said some important things and all that stuff. Then they got to class. Then after the class, some days later, they told them to pay the fees. In the assembly, all the kids went to the school except William and Gilbert. They couldn't go to the class because they didn't pay the fees. The headmaster said, "You two have to pay the fees, or if you want to study in the school." So William said, "My father will pay, sir." Then after that, he asked his father to pay the school fees. Then they checked. Trival and Agnes checked their savings. It was only 5,000. How can they pay with that? So they didn't pay. Then then William was out of the school until he couldn't join the school, his school or schoolmates, unless he paid the fees. Then he somehow sneaked into the school and heard in the only the science class actually, because in the assembly there's science class. Then he got to the science class and learned. Then his science teacher and his sister had a relationship, so he took advantage of that to get the library card, to get to the library. So in the library he found an interesting book which was actually the senior's book. It was written as, I didn't know the name. It explained that how to generate electricity from wind. So William read this book, and he in the junkyard he got an idea. Then he went to the junkyard and with his friend Gilbert and found some things like a water pump and all that stuff. So he was able to make a prototype of a wind pipe from the items he collected in the junkyard. Everyone in the village believed him except his father. I'll tell you guys. He asked his father for the bike. It was the only bike in the whole village. He first showed it to his father, and his father he connected it to the radio, and the radio started working. The small windmill, what do you call it, prototype. He connected it to the radio, and the radio started working. Then his father got really impressed. Then William said, "I need to build the big one." Where you guys may seen a windmill. This is what William built. He needed the frame and tire of the cycle. He needed to dismantle it. So Trival was really angry when he heard this. He said, "Stop telling this rubbish and go plow the fields." He said like that because he was really mad of the drought and he did not have any food. He got panicked and lost his senses. So yeah, I'm not gonna spoil everything. You guys have to watch that movie. I will give the link down in the description box down below. So make sure to like, share and subscribe this video. This is a super movie. You guys should watch it. It is 13 plus, but I still watched it. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the video. Dr. Diaries signing out. Peace.